So here's something a little bit different. This is an old mahogany ukulele. This is a concert size, and the lighting is kind of bad today, but you can see the grain. It's got a gloss finish, but you can see the grain through it quite nicely. And it's a dark stained mahogany. It's almost like a smoky black brown mahogany, same color as my border collie actually. And for a long time I thought this was a Bella ukulele, but it's not. It actually says Better, which is a terrible brand name. But anyway, the first time I've seen these, this is the slotted headstock, open gear tuners, bone nut and saddle, kind of a cheesy fretboard there. I don't know if you can see the designs on there. It looks like some bear claws, I don't know, kind of childish designs on there if you like the kitsch. I prefer it a bit more classic, but they don't sound bad. They're, you know, good solid mahogany ukuleles, and I found a concert and also a tenor one. See if this is in tune. I don't know if you can pick up the sound difference. Slightly bigger, fuller, bassier sound on the tenor because it's a larger instrument. It's resonating more wood, pushing more air. Exactly the same build. It says Better up there. I thought it was Bella. It's got some nice bling, abalone-like substance around the sound hole, and also edging. Nice little ukes, made by a company called Better. Now, around the same time, I picked up this beautiful spalted maple job. You can see what they do is they mirror. They find a bit and then they book match it and mirror it. It's becoming a classic design now. You see them in guitars and ukuleles quite a lot. But this thing is completely unlabeled. It's a slotted headstock, black-faced, beautiful spalted maple concert ukulele. No markings, no label, no idea who made it. But the fretboard is a bit of a giveaway. It's exactly the same fretboard as the two Better ukes, Better being the brand, that I just showed you. Does that mean this is made by the same company? Possibly. Not necessarily. It could be that these fretboards were available to buy as parts, and two different makers ordered them and put them on their ukuleles. I've seen that before. You can't always imagine that every uke manufacturer actually makes their own fretboards. A lot of times they just buy prefab ready-made ones. So it could be an indication that this is also a Better uke, or it could be that this is made in by a different maker brand, and they scabbed the same parts, although the tuners look very, very similar, as does the bridge, the tie bar bridge. So it probably is made by the same people, but we can't be sure, so I have to, if I'm going to sell this, I list it as unlabeled. I don't guess. But I don't mind unlabeled instruments, as you will find out in future videos or past videos that I've done. I don't shy away from anything lacking a logo on it. A lot of top brands you know, put out stuff in their factories and sell it off to third parties, who then either put their own logo on it or don't. Maybe, you know, a certain brand made 1,000 of these without putting their logo on and sold it to a third party who, you know, who has a distributorship through some other system. We don't know. I mean, these things, I got a question on eBay this week about brands, and I did the whole spiel. I even pointed them to one of my videos where I talk about brands. They mean very little. So when you find ukuleles like this that say Better or don't say anything on them, you can't presume as to who made them. Most companies that brand their instruments are distributors now. They're not makers. They have the instruments made for them, and then they put the branding on, the labeling on after. That's becoming more popular. There's still some reliable logos, but a lot of logos are just distribution chains. You'll see the same ukulele with two different logos on it, and they just went down different paths down the distribution chain. You can also go to Alibaba and get stuff like this made and have your own logo put on them. So a lot of sellers now, the mass sellers, usually the Chinese sellers, but some American sellers, are just getting, say, so many instruments made and sending a JPEG or a GIF of their logo and having them slapped on, say, 100, 200 instruments and selling them as if they'd made them. It's very common. So this whole logo business in the ukulele world is just as fraught as it is in the guitar world. But here are some new ukuleles. These ones are nicely put together, nice mahogany in the neck. The joinery is very good. I like the fact that they're bound. The wood choice and selection, the matching is good. These are not Aquila strings, so I will probably switch those out. Not sure what they are. They're clear, and that could be a number of different companies. But other than that, you know, they're quite nicely made. And these slotted headstock ukuleles are becoming very, very popular. In fact, if I lay ukuleles on my table and somebody comes to pick one out, more often than not, this is the clincher of the deal. They're just becoming very, very popular. And of course, people are making and buying parlor guitars now with slotted headstocks like classical guitars. So it's sort of becoming trendy. I don't mind it. I think they're quite smart. They look really nice. And of course, the tuners face a different way. The pegs face backwards instead of out on the sides. Which is a bit more traditional, isn't it? Because when you think of the traditional ukulele, you think of the friction pegs that come out the back of the headstock. So anyway, there's 3 more ukuleles. 2 are branded better, and 1 is not branded at all. We suspect they're made in the same place, but we can't be sure. I'll be back with more fun. See you next time.